Hello, YouTube. I'm Vince White. I'm an employment attorney. On this channel, we answer publicly posted questions from YouTube users, getting folks the answers they need from an employment attorney. We have a question here from YouTube user Spiffy Rumble, great name, who says, "Hey Vincent, I work for a Fortune 500 company and they have decided to downsize, and part of that decision was to eliminate the human resources department, which means that all the issues are going to be handled by our department head. In other words, if I have a workplace grievance against my boss, I have to bring it up to their boss." Well, I don't fully understand that, but okay. "Is this fair HR representation? To be clear, we have a corporate hotline that we can call, but most of us are terrified to use it due to potential retaliation. Thanks in advance." All right, Spiffy Rumble, I will absolutely provide you an answer here, but I will say this. Your question in and of itself comes from an assumption that I don't agree with. You seem to believe that HR, human resources, exists to help you as an employee. That has never been the purpose of HR. The purpose of HR is to limit liability for the employer, the company, when it comes to employee claims. Put another way, the only time HR helps you, the employee, is when that is the best thing they can do to help the employer, right? Their goal is first and foremost to extinguish your claim if they're able, right? If you have a grievance against your boss, the idea is, generally speaking, to get you to shut up or manage you out. If those aren't possible, and if they think they have significant liability, well, then they will certainly do something to help you, because that's their only path forward. That's their path to limit liability, right? But just keep that in mind. I mean, you're assuming that they were ever there to help you. Now, the second thing I have questions about is what's different about the corporate hotline from the HR before. Like, what about the corporate hotline makes you think there's more of a chance of retaliation from that hotline than from the people working in HR previously, before they were downsized? What's the difference? And you may have a reason. I mean, part of the reason might be like the digits for the hotline spell out "don't you dare." In which case, yeah, listen, I agree with you. There's more chance of retaliation. Certainly, it seems like they're trying to dissuade you at that point. But let's be real. People who were in HR before weren't there to help you. So the chance of retaliation may not have changed. Now, the next thing I'll say is this. You're kind of saying that the head of HR is the only person left standing from the HR department. I suspect first and foremost that they're going to bring in outsourced HR. Like, usually when this happens, they'll replace their HR department, and let's face it, most HR professionals aren't. Like, the amount of mental prowess and attention to detail required to get a degree in HR, not tremendous. And I'm not making fun of HR. I know some really amazing HR professionals. I can think of two right now, one in DC, one in the Carolinas, who are fantastic. But on average, when you're dealing with HR, it's people who are like, "I don't like school, but I do like drinking at school. What's an easy degree that can get me a job with the minimum amount of effort put in?" and the minimum amount of decisions made and the minimum amount of knowledge in my brain, right? That's generally what an HR professional is. That's why so many of them are getting replaced by AI in short order, right? Like, generally, HR is a checklist job. We have a complaint. Let's review the checklist. Did we do the investigation? Yes. Did we get the statement from the complainant? Yes. Did we get a statement from the bad actor, the alleged bad actor? Yes. Did we talk to some witnesses? At least as many witnesses as we had to make it look good. Yes. Okay. Last item on the agenda. Make things better for the employer. Did we do that? Yes. But here's the thing. Most HR professionals, in my experience, can't finish a checklist. I'm not trying to be shitty, but the reality is I wouldn't have much of a job if HR professionals could finish their checklist. If they were responding to things correctly, there wouldn't be that many claims for me, right? So, are things worse for you now? Not necessarily. In fact, you might find, as they roll out an outsourced HR or some kind of HR AI solution, that it works way better. Believe it or not. Now, working way better can mean one or two things. It might mean that it helps you more. Unlikely. Or that it helps the company more. Very likely. But either way, I don't think you've lost anything. I really don't. I think this is an imagined issue. Your situation is as unfortunate or wonderful, depending on how you feel about it, as it was before HR got downsized. Right? Those HR people, most of them were your enemy. They didn't fully know it, but if you had complained, they would have been hench people trying to get you out the door, right? So, spiffy rumble. I just think that you might be looking at this wrong. But that's just my perspective. I'm one guy, and I'm wrong more often than I'm right. In my life, not in my job. I'm pretty good at my job. But that being said, I hope all is well. I hope this video was helpful. Like, subscribe, comment down below. Helps our channel to grow. Take care.